beautiful people, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Hangout. Today, we are celebrating and also we are making sure that we bring you people that actually are in the entertainment industry, and we'll be having conversations with them. So everyone at home, please make sure that you guys continue talking to us on all our social media platforms. It is at Mpumakapa TV, and also our WhatsApp line, which is 0836900530. And yes, Kamnake Elam Ikama, it is Uzinhle Ngeza. Transcar, but today I'll be your bestie onto your TV screens, taking you from this very minute until the last minute of 4:30, serving you all the goodness that you guys need to know about at home. And also, please do remember that we are available also on the Free Vision Play app, where you can be able to watch us mobile using the app, even if you are not at home. So what's lovely about it is that it broadcasts at the very same time as it goes on to the multi-choice. Everyone at home, let's get on and also let's start to hang out. Let's go. Beautiful people, and right now I'm seated next to a beautiful lady. She's beautiful inside and outside, and that is Ulunathi Nkonyeni. And we're going to talk about her journey in the music and also just to get to know and understand her as a creative and also as a musician. But first of all, let us welcome her onto the Hangout. Welcome, my dear. How are you?
Hi, Ndapila Sintle. How are you doing?
I'm doing exceptionally well. Let's get to you, man. For people at home who don't know you, and for people who do not really understand your music, let's get to talk about your journey in the music and also who you are, and all that.
Yes. So first of all, Gamalam Ulunathi Nkonyeni, and I'm born and raised in Mthatha with my parents, my father, my mother, and Kule Gamandi, to be honest. Omama Bankuli say around music quite a lot. I would say that I'm a little bit of an old soul when it comes to music, you know, because the influence Yami Omgulo was very much Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Jill Scott, Tendi Penderis, you know, those kinds of legends and icons. And my music definitely influence and inspiration comes from that. So I'm very much of a mixture of old R&B, new R&B, but a little bit of jazz as well. So I'm a mix of many things, you know. My influences lately are, my biggest is Beyonce, I have to be honest. She is such an inspiring woman to me. Being in the game for 25 years now, that's a long time. But mostly Osno Allegra, Jill Scott, Olira, people that I really do look up to, that I've met. And she's such a wonderful, graceful person. Oshikina, people that I look up to in terms of music, who have a different genre that they've created on their own. So Umgulam is very much R&B and a little bit of jazz, but a lot of funk as well. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. And also, you're influenced by a lot of legends, and you are someone who is in the now current age, and you are young. Let's get to talk about having to bring that essence which inspires you and still making sure that it stays relevant to the now age.
It's not an easy process, I'll tell you that, you know. Whenever people see the artistry that people have created, it always looks so much easier. You just see the finished version. You don't know the process of what that person had to go through when it comes to inspiration. And finding your voice is something that I know all artists of all kind, whether you're an artist, whether you're a dancer, a painter, a musician, an actress, you've had to find your voice and you've had to find what says you, what is different about you, you know. I think everyone in this world is blessed and has gifts from God. But you still have to find what says Uzinhle, what says Ulunathi, what makes people say, we really want to have her on our show today. And for me, it's been a very long journey. I think since I was 5, I knew that, listen, I want to sing. I used to do this thing where, oh mama, when I'd have visitors in Lini, I would take my jacket and call all of the guests and say, and then I would literally perform for them. And my signature move was to take my jacket, whip it up, and then literally go as an audience, you know, following Michael Jackson. So for me, since I was a little girl, I've always loved singing. I've always loved music. I created music, I think I was probably 6 years old with Udab Swam. And my whole family is very musical. My dad plays the piano, my grandmother sang, Udab Sanabo Badlali piano. So it's like so much of my life is around umculo. And I've had to also find my voice and say what feels comfortable to me. I love singing about love. I'm such a romantic. Uthando, ndiyaluthanda kakhulu. And most of my music is definitely based off of uthando and my perspective of it. Being able to find my voice in my journey has been about understanding what it is I want to say at the end of the day. What am I trying to say? What perspective am I trying to show? What are my beliefs, and do they align with into yami yomculo? I've been someone who I think most people do, many personalities. I can be quiet, I can be flamboyant, I can be loud, I can be all sorts of things, but my music also represents that. So the soft feel, slow kind of music, love song, but also the funkiness of it. Different jive at the end of the day, didn't do a beat, and I think my personality is something that I can absolutely say people recognize and say, oh, we like her. Her energy is very much, she's out there, not too much. I really hope I'm not a headache to people, but I think I'm very comfortable in my skin, and that's really what I want to always show Abantu, is that as you are, come as you are, and just be yourself, and be comfortable and be confident in being ulinati, in being uzinhle, and you can never go wrong in that. Yeah.
Lovely stuff, man. And also, you are in the industry where it has so many challenges. And let's get to talk about how do you get to fight those challenges and still, at the end of the day, still be strong and still remain grounded within your craft.
To be honest, I have to say my first reason and biggest reason is God. I know that I would not be where I am and who I am without God. God is our creator. And he has an image of who he wants us to all be up in Mhlabeni. And what I've realized is that our industry is very tough. There's a lot you have to sacrifice, and there's a lot of things you have to do in order to get to the top. For me, I've always aligned myself with what I feel God wants me to do. It hasn't been easy because the things of this world are very different from what God really has planned for us. And so it's kind of like you have to choose between what you know is right and what you want to do. So for me, for example, social media is a big thing nowadays. Back in the 90s, that was really not a big thing, and you could go to the store, uthenge iCD, uphume ngomnyango, ugqumze emotweni, and have an amazing time listening to someone's music. Nowadays, you've got to have a platform. Our social media is our platform, and so it's basically your CV, and that's where we have to pour ourselves, and that's where we have to know that that's where we're going to be seen. It hasn't been an easy journey because as an artist of any kind, if you want to be successful, you've got to be able to be a brand ambassador. Okay, we can see what she's about. You've got to basically sell yourself to a certain extent, but you have to know your boundaries. You have to know what works for you and what doesn't. You have to know which deals to say yes to, which ones align with you and which ones don't, which is not an easy thing to do because we all want to be successful. But I think having a very supportive family, having a lot of faith is what has really, really helped me. My friends and my family have supported me from the beginning when I knew how to speak, to be honest. So it's been a beautiful journey, but what I would say is really just believe in God and believe in yourself and see God in you. And wherever God's presence is with you, you'll be good.
You'll be good. Yeah. Lovely stuff, man. And also let's get to talk about your projects that you currently have out, and also in terms of how can people be able to reach them and also get to hear your type of music as well.
Yes. So I've actually got music on social media platforms, on Apple Music, Spotify, and now I'm actually about to release my second EP, and I'm very excited to be releasing that. And I'll be doing that next month. It'll be coming out next month. But it's been a beautiful journey, having to also watch myself go through the different phases, watching myself grow from with how I articulate myself and how I speak and how I sing, and ulinati that I portray in my music, what sound I'm looking for, what really says this is me. It's been a wonderful journey, but I'm excited and I'm constantly working on my craft. It's a never-ending thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's a forever thing, you know. But
Yeah.
being able to perform around the city has really helped me a lot. I perform for some of the biggest companies, and it's really helped me grow my craft. You know, we all have nerves, you know.
Yes.
We all do, even Beyonce. But the nice thing is that the more you do something, the better you are at it. And it just gets better from there.
Lovely
So yeah,
stuff.
my music's coming out and I'm very excited for that.
Lovely stuff,
Yeah.
man. Thank you so much for joining us right here
Thank
on the
you.
Hangout. And also, lastly, before I let you go, where can people get you on social media and also be able to follow you?
Yes, so I am on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok and Facebook. Igama lami, like I said, Ngulinathi Ngonyeni. And my Instagram handle is Lini, which is my nickname, Lini_Linati. TikTok is vice versa. And of course, Facebook is literally Linati Ngonyeni. You will find me. If you also go on YouTube or Google, you'll type in Idols, season 17, 2021. You'll find me there. I made it to the top 30 out of 15,000 entries.
Lovely.
So that's one of my biggest achievements, to be honest, musically. And it really put me on a wonderful platform that I'm very grateful for. And everything, you know, that came after that has been a blessing.
It's been a
So
blessing.
yeah. So that's where you'll catch me and you'll find more of everything that I do there.
Lovely, man. Thank you for joining us right here on the
you.
Hangout.
Thank you, Zinhle.
Well, beautiful people, that was Ulunathi Nkonyeni. And again, she told you guys about her journey. So what we're going to do, Tinangogo, is we're going to take a short, quick ad break. But please make sure that you guys do not go anywhere, because when we're coming back with more. So please stay tuned. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back after this. Beautiful people, welcome back to it. Man, you're still tuned in right here on the Hangout. And right now, I am going to be speaking with the man himself, and that is Oapiwe. And Oapiwe is basically going to tell us umsebenzi wakhe and also what he does and also what has he brought for us today on the show. But first of all, let us welcome him onto the Hangout. Welcome, Oapiwe. How are you? Man, let's get on to you. What is it that you do? And also for people at home who actually don't really get to understand your title and also the job and the industry that you add, how can you just briefly explain it to them?
Thank you for the question. So basically, I'm in the IT business. Within the IT business, I'm an entrepreneur who has just really started up with some few youth co-founders, which is made up of 5 directors. So basically, just to summarize what I currently do in my current position, I'm a co-founder for a company called ProLink, and my current role is a system analyst slash business analyst.
And also under your company, because of it's under the IT sector, there's so many different parts of within the sector. Let's get to talk about the services that you get to offer within your company. The public can get to have your services rendered to them.
So when it comes to ProLink, it's a different idea, it's a different concept. So we just recently opened the business. So I'll just touch on the history. So we met while we're doing a certification upskilling ourselves, which was a full stack developer certification, which was brought through by Liquid and with partnership with Denvia. Then we sat together. When we sat together, we thought of an idea, like an innovative idea we can make. So we decided, oh no, let's make an app called ProLink, and we are going to be the first developers in Umtata to bring this app. So it's, mostly I'm going to tell you about the app. So that's basically ProLink. That's basically what now I'm currently doing within the IT space. That's basically the service that I'm providing.
Lovely. And also talking about the Pro app, let's talk about the main idea that brought it up. Or what was that one thing that you saw and you were like, this app would actually be able to help within that issue that you saw?
It's a fantastic question. So when it comes to the ProLink, we discovered the gap between the rural and the urban area. So ProLink is not mainly for the urban area, like to make an example for your Gauteng or for Gqeberha, but it's also aimed to uplift the rural places. So we identified that when it came for us to make the app. So just to describe the app so that you can get a more context. So the app basically is to connect homeowners and with service providers. Like abantu abahleli ezindlini, they want a plumber. With them via Facebook, bakhangela abantu, they can simply use their phone and request any service provider within the thing of their time. And another thing that made us to open the app or to develop the app is that it will bring empowerment into being growth, because you get people from colleges who acquire skills, then they have to look for in-service training for the 2 years, or they have to look for opportunities. But within this app, within the space of your home, as a person who has a skill, you'll easily get jobs. And let me not say you easily get jobs, but it will make things easier for you, whereby you can get some training, you can earn some revenue, some sort of board. But now the only difference that you are requested to go to your service, which you've got training for.
Man, Apiwe. And also, let's get to talk about it. You briefly mentioned earlier on that you are based in Umtata. So let's get to talk about this app. Is this app only specifically for that side, or are you trying to also bring it across the whole country?
Thank you, Ceci. You have lovely questions. So the app, we all started in Umtata. We all met in Umtata when we were doing when we were getting the skills for full stack Java developer. So we thought, no, the app, rather for us to study at Gauteng or study at Western Cape, let's study where we were born and raised, where the dream started in Umtata. But the initial goal is to go nationally. As far as nationally, is to go throughout the African continent. That's the ultimate goal.
Lovely stuff,
Lovely
man.
stuff,
And also,
man.
I
And
know
also,
that
I know that you
you
mentioned that
recently launched it, but let's get to talk about the challenges that you had to overcome to make sure that your idea becomes and it becomes a reality. As to how did you manage to overcome those challenges?
So currently, what's happening now? It's still under development, so we're in the testing phase. Hopefully by September, we're going to deploy it and send it out to the users. But the prototype has been made, everything has been made. So now we're still on the develop side. When it comes to the challenges, yeah, there've been a lot of challenges. There were some couple of days I thought, let me quit. But with the ultimate goal at the end, and with the success and with the empowerment the app's going to bring, it kept me going. So one of the challenges, it's going out there and knocking on some people's doors or some other institutions, pitching up your idea. So that's been really challenging. Another challenging thing, having experience on the DevOps side. Now you're into business, you have to draft documents, we have to do business engagements. So that has been a lot of it has been a challenge, but luckily we have some support from DV Africa and also Liquid. So we did get some experts like Contract and some few other aspects.
lovely.
Who would love to be part of it, how can they go about in terms of pitching their businesses to you so that you can get to add them onto your own database? How do they go about?
I love your question. They're so nice. So currently on the app or the web page, we are going to have two platforms. The platform is for the homeowner or the business owner who wants the service, which is the client, if I can classify that like that. Then we're going to get the service provider, maybe umuntu nje oye esikoleni, then wafumana i-electrician certificate. Then now we are also going to have the companies. If you have a company, we are also going to onboard you. But so long how we can reach to us, you can reach to us through our LinkedIn page, through our Instagram page, through our Facebook page. We still are on the process of creating a Twitter page. Then on September, when we deploy the app, we are going to make all communications and we are going to onboard the users.
Lovely stuff. Thank you so much, Aphiwe, for joining us right here on the Hangout. Siyabulela, and I hope that umsebenzi wenu is getting recognized across the country. And maybe, if it does happen by chance, that you guys can even go internationally. But okwangokuthina sizayibamba apho because of ixesha luchaba. Everyone at home, please make sure that you guys stick through, because now when we're coming back, we're still coming back with more. So don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, you amazing people. Welcome to another exciting episode of The Hangout. I'm here at Nelson Mandela Bay University, where we are going to be learning and talking about what it is and what it means to become a chemist, and showing you some of the amazing things that they get up to here at the labs. Good afternoon, gents. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
No, just good. Dandy, thanks.
Good. Thank you. Okay, so can you guys please introduce yourselves to our amazing viewers?
My name is Richard Betts, and I'm working here as a senior lecturer at Nelson Mandela University in the chemistry department.
I'm Joshua Birch. I'm working under Dr. Betts as a student in the chemistry department.
Lovely. Can I please ask you guys, what inspired you to pursue a career in chemistry?
I guess my parents regret up to this day having given me a chemistry experimental kit as a little kid, because I started enjoying chemistry way too much and I never ever let go of it ever again in my life.
And
Dr. Betts inspired me to do chemistry.
Lovely. Okay, so can you guys please explain to me? So most people often generalize physics and chemistry under one umbrella, but can you please tell me what separates the two for those who aren't quite clued up on that?
Chemistry is the science that creates new stuff from materials that we have. So we take 2-3 different starting materials, we throw them together, and we want to produce something that's a new material. Most things that you use in your life, your plastics, your pharmaceuticals, dyes, and so on, are materials. But we take materials from nature, we can react them with one another and then come up with new materials. Physics, on the other hand, looks more on changes of matter states and energy without changing the material as such.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So can I ask, what is it that you specialize in chemistry?
In my case, I'm specifically in the field of artificial photosynthesis. So therefore, I want to look at what green plants can do, take carbon dioxide and water, the stuff that we exhale and we also excrete, and then use sunlight as an energy source and turn it back into oxygen that we can breathe and nutrients that we can consume. As of this moment, plants can do it, humans can't, and I want to change that.
And are you helping Dr. Betts out with this?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, lovely to hear that. Okay, can you tell us a little bit more about your project on artificial photosynthesis? To just explain a little bit what you are busy working on at the moment and how you're trying to change that both humans and plants can then benefit from photosynthesis in that same way.
Okay. Initially, photosynthesis has 3 steps. We need to catch sunlight to excite electrons. We need to take water that we can split back into oxygen and hydrogen. And then we need to pick up carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, get the electrons that we get out of water, as well as the hydrogen that comes out of water, back to the carbon dioxide. And then, as we call it in chemistry, reduce your carbon dioxide back to something that is closer to a nutrient. As of this moment, I'm predominantly working in the field of the carbon dioxide sequestration and reduction, and this is where also Josh is actively participating in this research.
Wonderful. And what are some of the discoveries that you've made up until this point on the project?
Initially, it was all a crazy idea, especially as an inorganic chemist. You're not supposed to be working in this field because it's a biochemistry field, more an organic chemistry field. However, I had a weird idea, which was just of a gut feeling at one stage, could it work? And I looked at a class of molecules that you would call in chemistry coordinatively unsaturated, and I'm trying to exploit a potential increase in the coordination sphere by means of adding carbon dioxide. One exciting discovery in this context was that the idea is less crazy than it seems, because some of the molecules we are currently looking into actually are able to pick up these small little molecules that we have as model compounds, and we hope to be able to extend that to carbon dioxide straight from the atmosphere very soon.
Hey, lovely, lovely. And what have you learned so far in this process, Josh?
I've learned quite a lot under Dr. Betts in the last year, mostly patience and, dealing with things when they don't go the way they intended to. But I've also learned all manner of synthesis techniques, stuff that, would be considered quite valuable in some jobs. So experience worth it. I enjoyed it, yes.
Hey, lovely. And what are some of the challenges that you guys face during your projects and just in general as a chemist?
May I say it? ESCOM, get your act together. One thing that does not gel with scientific research and progress in a laboratory environment are unforeseen power cuts, even if you can rely on independent power supporting systems in the end and generators kicking in. By the time those systems come back online, an experiment might already have failed because it requires uninterrupted power supply. So the major challenge in this context is ESCOM's dodgy power supply, unfortunately.
Perfect.
So now we are here in the labs with our awesome chemists, where we are going to be doing some experiments with them. So Dr. Betts, can you please tell us?
First of all, welcome to the laboratory. Chemists are a hospitable bunch of people, so everybody that comes in is first offered a drink. But because we never know what our audience wants, we always have to offer everything. We could start off with a glass of water. However, if you don't like water, we can treat you to some nice berry wine. We can also say, if you're not very fond of alcohol, what about milk? We can give you a glass of milk. In the moment you don't like milk, we can brew a bit of beer. For that one, we have to first add a shot glass full of our magic ingredient. And to make sure it's also nice and frothy beer, we will add a tiny little bit of our magic ingredient. And welcome to some nice bubbling beer. Welcome, your first choice of drinks.
So can you please explain to the audience again, Dr. Betts, what is the name of this reaction and what is it meant to do?
This reaction is known as the blue bottle experiment, and it is once again a reaction that looks like magic is happening. Sometimes you can observe the changes in a reaction mixture, and if you then just simply touch that mixture, those reactions can run the other way. But in the moment you leave them in peace, they can then go back. So it once again looks like magic. So please watch closely what happens to the color. I'm just going to introduce a few drops of this blue color to our flask here. So you can see we have our blue color in here. And now we're just going to let that bottle stand here for a short moment. And you will be able to tell the blue color has just disappeared. Is it gone for good? All I need to do is I say, come back to me, come back to me. And the blue color reappears. We just leave it in peace for a short moment. Carefully watch that space. And you can see the blue coloration has already started fading away ever so slightly. If we give it another couple of moments, this color will be gone entirely again. And then I can simply shake that bottle once more and the color will reappear. You can see the color has disappeared, and all I say is, please come back to me. And here we are. We can repeat this experiment 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, only then, in the end, will the color really stay away. This is an example of a reaction that once again makes use of what is up here. We can't see it, but the atmosphere contains oxygen as well as nitrogen. The active ingredient in this reaction is the oxygen that in the moment I shake this bottle gets back into the solution and then can contribute to the reaction that will bring the color back. You can see the color is again almost gone in this context, gone entirely, and all I need to do is, again, just put a bit of effort in and the blue color comes back. And you can repeat that as many times as you want.
And there we have it. Thank you guys so much for joining us right here on the Hangout. And thank you for teaching and showing our viewers the cool things that you guys get up to here in the labs. Before we let you guys go, do you have any words of encouragement for our viewers watching at home who do want to follow the same career path as you?
In the moment, you sometimes think chemistry is difficult. Never forget, chemists are the laziest people on the planet. The only thing we've ever successfully managed to do is convince everybody else that we are not. Chemistry is a subject like everything else that you have. So if you're struggling with it at high school, don't get intimidated. You will find people that are able to explain it to you nicely. Come and join us here at Nelson Mandela University in the chemistry department. We look forward to welcoming you.
And Josh, do you have any final words as well? Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Now back to you in studios, Ingle.
Beautiful people, welcome back Kwakhona, right on the Hangout, which is airing on channel 260. And yes, it is Uzintle. And next to me, I've got the lovely lady, and she goes by the name of Uhlumelo Lanzela. And she is a musician as well. And she's basically going to take us through her journey of music as to when did it start, and also talk about few projects that she has out. But first of all, let us welcome her onto the Hangout. Welcome, my dear. How are you?
Hello, Sisindra.
Ndiyaphila nam. You know what? Khululeka, relax. Relax. Niyachazeka. We're hanging out here. Let's get on to your music and to your journey. For people at home who don't know you, let's first get back to who is Uhlumelo and your love for music. When did that start?
Igama mna ndimhlumelo Lanzela. I was born and raised up eBhayi.
It's fine.
I'm a musician. I started umculo in 2017. So okwangoko ke. So umculo ingoma yami yokuqala ndayirekhoda 2017. And then as ixesha lihamba ke ndakhupha nezinye ingoma ezingezinye.
Lovely stuff, man. And also, let's get to talk about you being in the music scene Upper eBhayi, and as someone who has been born here. Let's get to talk about what was that main thing that brought you, especially that you, when you're looking into the music scene here Upper eBhayi, that you said that this is actually what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Ndingathi sisi mna into endenze ndafuna umculo i-passion yam for umculo, you understand? So umculo i-calling yam ndiwuphiwe andifuna umculo kuba mhlawumbi ndithi ndibona into ethile okanye ndibona umntu othile, ndifuna umculo kuba ndiwubona uba ndiwuphiwe ndisengumntana ke kudala ndacula nasesikolweni.
Lovely. And you mentioned that you do have project out. Let's get to talk about that, because we know that creating a project is not an easy thing to do. But for you to being able to be a musician today and to already claim that you have your music out, you do have material out. Let's get to talk about that and also the process that you had to go through.
Oh, sisike akho lula ne. But ke yonke into ifuna like sathina ufuna unike amandla konke. You understand? So bengekho lula but denzekile. Ndabanazo ke izingoma nzenzileyo.
Lovely stuff. And also, let's get to talk about the time when you are in stage and when you have to deliver your own sort of music, and also talking about a response that you're getting from your audience, because of music is not just about singing, but it's about connecting and making sure that your message is heard by the people that taken time to come and be with you. Let's get to talk about that. And also for you, how do you manage in nerves when you are in stage?
Yho, yabona ke loo nto into zawuthina into endoyisa kakhulu. Mna xa ndisestage ndiba nee-nerves kakhulu, ndiyaboyika abantu.
Yeah.
But ke as ixesha lihamba ndiperforma, like ndibane ngofumana le ntuza ii-bookings, ndiye ndiqhela. Kodwa ii-nerves ziba khona. But ke uye xa ubona uba abantu khe bayakuhypa bayakuthini uqonda uba
Yeah.
mhlawumbi ndenza right okanye kothini yeah.
Lovely stuff, man. And also talking about collaborations, because I've seen some of your previous work. You've worked at some of the ciphers, as call your upper Ebayu. Let's get to talk about collaboration, especially collaborating with the artists that are from the same part of the town, Osukakuyo, and also how is it important to you to have collaborations with other artists?
To me sibaluleke kakhulu because awuse ndisebenze nabantu endikhula nabo okanye mandithi ndihlala nabo kwapha apho ndihlala khona. So siyancedisana, siyafundisana, ayikho nzima, like ilula yonke into because siyazana.
Lovely. And also when it comes to having to ubale, I want to understand from you as to what takes from you, because as much as you're going to write music with lyrics that speaks to the people, but still those lyrics need to be resemblance yako. They need to reflect who you are and also the emotions that you are going through at that specific time. Let's get to talk about that, and also what channels do you try and put on when you are writing your music?
Mna ke sisi umculo ndicula into endiyivayo apha entliziyweni yam, andiculi mhlawumbi ukubone, so ndicula into endiyivayo. So xa ndizawurekhoda ivele izenzekele, senditsho mhlawumbi ixhomekeka ukuba ndiziva njani ngaloo mzuzu, you understand? So even ukholo lwam, ingoma yam leyile ukholo lwam, izinto ndayicula kuba ndandisiva ngohlobo endandisiva ngalo ngelaa xesha. So yeah.
Lovely stuff, man. And also unyaka usaqala, ndifuna ukuthi usaqala mna, because we're literally like finishing the second month of the year. What are the plans for the remaining year as to in terms of uhlumelo and nomculo wakho?
Sisi ndifuna ukwenza more music. Andikagqibi.
Yeah.
Zininzi izinto endisazibhekayo. So ndisafuna ukwenza more music.
Lovely, man. And also having to look out around you and also the music that got to influence you. Let's get to talk about that one person that holds a significant moment for you, and also that when you're looking at them, you're getting that motivation, because we know that the music industry can be demotivating at times, and also it can take you away from the love that you have because of the toxicity that is within. So let's get to talk to you about who actually inspires you and also that keeps you driven with your journey of music.
Usisi nguBeyonce. uBeyonce ndithande njengomntana, nangoku ndenzengomntana ndanqoba umculo ohlobo lakhe ukubone. So uBeyonce uyandikhuthaza zenzeke izinto but usamile, uyaninspirisha kakhulu. Yeah.
Lovely, man. And also for another young Shumelo that is out there and also want to venture into music, what word of advice can you actually give to them? Because we know that this is not an industry that is very easy. You can go for a long time without having gigs, without having an income. How can you try and motivate them so that they don't see it as a bad thing, but they still follow passions up?
Mna ndingathi nyamezela. Xa uyazi into oyifunayo akufunekanga ugive up lula, because uyayifuna le nto nyana. So ufuneka thina ungancami. Into endoyitsho leso uncama. If you really want into uzayifumana.
Lovely stuff. And also on social media, where can people be able to follow you and find you on socials?
Nganifumana ku Instagram, Hlumelo Lanzela, TikTok Hlumelo Lanzela, Facebook Hlumelo Lanzela.
Lovely stuff, man. Thank you so much for joining us right here on the Hangout. Well, beautiful people, that was Uhlumelo Lanzela, and Genake, she's a musician. And I believe that people can be able to also go and find you at Ekaya Sessions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, beautiful people, you've heard it by yourself. So what I want you guys to do is to follow her on her social media platforms. And also, if you want to hear her performing, please do make sure that in your Kangela the Ekaya Sessions and you are able to go be there, be the live audience payana. But now what Sayenza is we're going to take a short quick ad break. Please make sure that you guys do not go anywhere because Tina Sisani Funa right here on channel 260. And also if Nias Kumbula while we are on the ad break, all you have to do is to just simply go onto our social media platforms, interact with us there, and then you get what I'm saying? But we must start a short ad break. We'll be right back after this. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another exciting episode of The Hangout. Well, today is Olobesin Bonisile, the opening, and today we are actually starting it off. We're kicking it off with the actual shows that are going to be happening. Starting it off, we do have the first show that we'll be attending as The Hangout, which is Isho Kanomapoto. She's the headliner for UMBAF 2025, and everyone is already here and they lined up waiting to get inside so that they can get entertained and also hear her beautiful music. Well, beautiful people, I cannot leave you guys at home without taking you to come and actually get to experience exactly what is going to be happening inside there. So you guys stay tuned because Tina Sanpatela, what is going to happen onto that rooftop? Let's go. Beautiful people, welcome. I had promised you Banza Kendinge Negapakati and get to have a conversation with Abantu Abalapa. And also today we are graced by the MMC and in Funo Kendive Kuya as someone who has actually gone through the whole journey when it started on preparation and also now Sipakati Kuyo Festival Lena. Zakendive Kuma Moba Imingili yake itini, and also it's literally like day 2 today of UMBAF Ekalile. Yesterday it was opening, but today it was opening of the exhibitions and the shows and everything that is related to the festival. But first of all, let us welcome Umama Wetu onto the Hangout. Welcome Mama Kunjani kodwa namhlanje.
Ndiyaphila Nkosi unjani?
Ndiyaphila nami mama siku day 2 namhlanje uwembafu masikhethe, and we are here to attend ishow kaNomabhotwe. Masikhethe about the arts and also indlela that you guys try to make sure that you curate for audience ezawuthi easy apha ngaphakathi.
All right, mandibulele kwi-residents zaseNelson Mandela Bay Metro. Ndingubonge Mankahla, we-Sports, Recreation, Arts and Culture. Yes, izolo we launched a festival, Mandela Bay Arts Festival. This is the 3rd time we're having the event. I must say we are pleased with the numbers of sales that they are going up. It shows Londo Banabantu Banomdla from the metro. Today, Silapa at the rooftop, we're having UNomabhotwe live on age. You'd remember UNomabhotwe launched her album last year, and show her launch was full to capacity. It was sold out. Same applies today. We're expecting that. UNomabhotwe is a local artist from Egqeberha. Sorry, this festival is basically for local artists. We only have a few headliners, which there are 2 from outside PE, but basically this is for the festive, the artists Zalapa Egqeberha. Umasipala weNelson Mandela Metro prides themselves because the event, i-proceeds zayo or i-revenue sales zayo, a big chunk of yona, it'll go straight to the artist. And whenever you're buying itikiti for each and every show, the artist, they can see sales zabo are going up. There is a system that is linked to them. Bona bayayazi how they monitor it. So siyacela ke abahlali bale metro kuze lento ikhule ngaphezulu kokuba ikhula basisupport singulo Mandela kuba sifuna ukuqinisekisa into bana we develop i-artists zethu ziye kumane zithi xa ziqala udevelopwa zihambe zibheke ngaphandle. We want to make sure that we keep it within i-metro, and we also attract tourists, because this event huge is attractive indeed. We have people from outside Igqeberha to come and watch these shows. Remember, we have more than 36. In fact, I think there are 40 to be exact. E-productions. As we have music, we have your dance theater, we have your musical theater, we have your drama, your stage drama. There's quite a lot. So residents of the Mandela Bay, please come in numbers. Buy the tickets, go into our website, which is www.mbaf.co.za. Thank you.
Siyabulela kakhulu mama, and it's such an honor, and also it's so encouraging to see abantu abafana nawe coming to actually attend as events and also get to be part of this show. Siyabulela kakhulu. Well, beautiful people, that was the MMC of Sports, Recreation and Arts and Culture yalapha in the Eastern Cape. Well, now we're going to go and see and also get to see Beautiful people, welcome to it. Kwakhona, man. We are still at the Roof Garden Bar up at Chapel Street, and we're attending the event Kanuma Potwe, and also we have seen the opening. And next to me, I want to talk to someone who is an artist herself, and for her to be here supporting another artist, we want to hear more about the experience here. Okay, we are still on the break, but we will be talking with Usis Leletu just to get to hear about what does Mbaf do for, especially for creators Alapepai, and also for her being up on Amtlanje. Siswam Maskwamkele Nkoben, how are you today?
I'm good. How is Poetic Soul?
It is Poetic Soul next to me. Well, Siswam, today you're an artist, and today you decided you should come and support another artist as a suka from the same ground as you. Let's get to talk about that, and also artists supporting each other, especially Apa municipality.
Yeah, man. I think for me it's personal also being here. Outside of just being an artist, Namapot is my home girl. She's my sister in the arts. She's my sister in my life. Man like Kaya is like a son to me. So it was a very proud moment for me to experience him on stage opening for Ramapoto, because that is growth, and to be based in Mandela Bay as well, to have such an opportunity means the municipality understands the need for our artists to start profiling themselves. So when they do perform in platforms such as Imbafu, they can have the confidence of other festivals in other cities and national festivals as well, because they keep saying, I performed here, I performed there, I performed there. That's how we believe that an artist is an artist, by him or her being on stage. So I'm very proud of what the municipality is doing. I'm very proud of the artists we just experienced, someone like Kaya, and extremely proud of Funamapoto, who's coming up next.
Lovely stuff. So I want you to enjoy the moment, and also just to give us your view about the whole experience. The house is full, the vibes are proper, and I'm sure that everyone at home who is not here is definitely not they're not going to miss Isho Kanamabotwe anymore. Well, beautiful people, stay tuned, don't you go nowhere. Beautiful people, sisekwa khona apha at Roof Garden Bar apha endzinzibeleni of Ibai, and we're still experiencing Imbafu, and we decided, you know what, let us take you to Isho Kanomapotwe. And next to me I have the lovely lady Kenake Osanosuka is staging Goku. She was alongside Umandilake, and they were giving abantu the vibe. So ndifuna vakuye uba having to be part of Imbafu for 2025, and also having to enza is supporting via artist ezingezinye. What does that mean to her as a creative, and also seeing creative industry because of Umbafu? How does she feel as someone who's coming from Apa Epondweni? Siswam, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I am good, man. Man, you just came out of stage and the audience loved you. Let's get to talk about that. Having to experience being received by audience and singing along to your music. Let's talk about that.
It was beautiful. And the song that I did here, because I was given Ngoma Yamba Mandicule, and that song was produced by It Sounds Fresh, and I was one of the finalists Zala competition. It has sound, her voice, so it's beautiful. Yeah,
lovely stuff, man. And also as a creative Yalapa Ebai, having to see such events still growing each year, and Umbafu seems like Ingatu Uzohlala is not going to go anywhere. Let's talk about you being a creative and also having to experience this game-changing experience here, Buff.
So I was part of Imbaf last year. I did my own production, and this year I'm just supporting Umandilag, and I see that it has grown like tremendously. It's beautiful to see people getting jobs, because if you can look at the lineup of this year, it's much bigger. So I'm really happy for other artists that haven't done anything. It's beautiful, man. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. And also, you going to be looking and also being part of Usisnoma board. Well, let's talk about her experience. What are you expecting? And also, just for the closing of the night.
Well, uSisnoma Botwe ngomnye omkhulu walapha eBhayi, so I'm really excited, and she has new music and nengoma zethu ezinye ingoma zakhe sizithanda ezindala, but yeah, she's bringing big and better.
People at home, Nivile, that the Mbaf is bringing people who are doing big and better. And if I'll call up, I don't know what's wrong with you. Please make sure that you go onto the www.mbaf.co.za to get your tickets for the next show that is going to be happening. But you know what, experience at the main act, the headliner that is going to take the stage right now. Let's go. Well, beautiful people, Sifikile Sabona, and also we got to experience today's show. But Tinangoku into Sayenza is we're going to close it off and call it a wrap for tonight, because only it is day 2. We're still going to go through the whole festival, and we're going to take you throughout the whole shows that are going to be happening here at Mbaf. So please make sure that you guys at home definitely check out their website. It is www.mbaf.co.za, so that you don't get to miss out on another shows. But as the Hangout team, Maskesio Lalani, I'll see you guys on the next one.